Hello friends, I'll be discussing on chapter 44 Matsya Defended. A city in turmoil, a queen in fear, a warrior in disguise, the fate of Matsya hangs in the balance as Draupadi, the Pandavas, and the Kauravas prepare for an epic clash. The fear of Draupadi in Virata. The kingdom of Matsya trembled under the shadow of an unsolved mystery. Kichaka, the mighty commander of the Virata army, had fallen in the dead of night. Rumors swirled like storm winds. No ordinary man could have slain him. All eyes turned towards Draupadi, the palace maid known as Sairendri. Her quiet dignity now seemed laced with danger. The whispers grew louder. She is guarded by invisible Gandharvas. Queen Sudeshna stood at the heart of this unease, bounded by guilt, shaken by fear. She confronted Draupadi. The people grow restless, she confessed. They believe misfortune follows you. Draupadi remained composed. My queen, I beseech you. Only 1 month remains in our exile. Soon my Gandharva husbands shall come. If you cast me out, your kingdom may face wrath greater than anyone you have known. Torn between her people's fear and Draupadi's quiet strength, Sudeshna allowed her to stay. And so, the final days of the Pandavas' secret exile, ticked by cloaked in whispers and watchful eyes. Duryodhana's suspicion and the plan to invade Matsya. In Hastinapuram, Duryodhana sat in the council, restless and plotting. The silence of the Pandavas gnawed at him. 13 years of exile, and not a single trace of their whereabouts until now. A spy arrived bearing curious news. Kichaka had died, strangled, crushed. The tale blamed Gandharvas, but Duryodhana was not fooled. Kichaka was no weakling. Only Bhima has such strength. If Draupadi was there, then so were they. He spun his plan like a spider weaving a trap. We will attack Matsya. Susarma of Trigartha will lead a frontal assault. While King Virata fights there, we strike from the north. If the Pandavas intervene, the secret is broken. Their exile resets for another 12 years. Karna leaned in, amused. You gamble boldly, Duryodhana. Shakuni laughed, casting his dice. Let us see if fate sides with the brave or the blind. The plan was set into motion. 2 invasions, one fate. The southern skirmish. On the southern side, Trigatha's armies swept through Matsya's field like a locust swarm. Villages burned, cattle were seized, and King Virata scrambled to mount a defense. Kichaka's death had left his army leaderless, its morale fractured. In the court, Yudhishthira, dressed as Kanka, the courtier, stepped forth. Your Majesty, send your cook Valala, your stablemaster Dharmagranthi, and your cowherd Tantripala. They are loyal and fierce. Virata, desperate, consented. The Pandavas rode out, unrecognizable to the world but mighty nonetheless on the battlefield. Susarma's forces overwhelmed the defenders. King Virata was taken captive. Dharmaraju turned to Bhima. You must act now. Save the king, but veil your fury. With a thunderous roar, Bhima unleashed his power. Yet he fought with measured blows, careful not to reveal his true self. Susarma fell. Virata was rescued. The cattle returned. A bottle won, a secret preserved. The Kaurava invasion from the front. While the kingdom celebrated in the south, doom approached from the north. The Kauravas stormed in with ruthless precision, stealing more cattle, leaving the place unguarded. Cowherds rushed to young Prince Uttara. Only you remain. The enemy is near. The boy, puffed with princely pride, declared, Fetch me a charioteer. I shall face them all myself. Princess Uttara turned to her dance teacher, Brihanala, Arjuna in disguise. Draupadi nudged her. He once served the great Arjuna. Let him drive the chariot. When asked, Brihanala played coy. Me? A mere dancer? But if the prince insists, I shall do my best. Thus, unlikely pair set forth, one eager, the other hiding greatness under layers of humility. Arjuna prepares for the battle. In the armory, Brihanala feigned ignorance, fumbling with weapons, sending the women into giggles. But once on the chariot, the winds shifted. Horses danced at its touch, sensing a master's return. Uttara grew nervous. You handle the reins well for a dancer. Brihanala's eyes gleamed. Worry not, young prince. We shall bring back not just cattle, but cloaks of your enemies as trophies. As they reached the outskirts, Arjuna dropped the ad. Go to that tree, he told Uttara, and fetch the weapons hidden there. There hung the Gandium, the divine bow. There gleamed the celestial arrows. Arjuna tied up his hair, stood tall for the first time in 13 years, prepared for war. The defense of Matsya had begun, not with soldiers, but with shadows, not with war cries, but with whispers turned to roars. From disguise to deliverance, the Pandavas rose, and the history would never forget the courage that wore silence as